The movie begins place in the capital of South Korea. Two idlemen sneakily pry open a shipping container filled with a large amount of jewelry and gems as they get excited about their discovery. A cat suddenly emerges from the container before Wani can react. The cat pounces on him, leaving a scratch on his neck with its sharp claws. Initially, One Eye ignores the wound and continues to search through the box for gold watches. However, as the virus slowly spreads within Wang's body, he starts losing his sanity. His companion tries to call One Eye to get on the car, but this only triggers his bloodthirsty nature. The next morning, One Eye wakes up by the Han River, now in a state of half-human, half-zombie. With what was left of his instincts, Wani took one step at a time towards the center of Gyeonan. Soon, a man eating raw pork appeared on the busy streets, and this man was none other than the half-human, half-zombie. One Eye, a crowd of onlookers, takes out their phones to record the scene. Unaware of the impending danger, as more and more people gather, Wani, frightened, breaks through the crowd and runs off. On the way, he meets a water delivery worker. Wani follows the worker's truck to a building after seizing the opportunity. When the water delivery worker wasn't paying attention, Hwang Ai suddenly bit into his neck from behind, having tasted human blood. Hwang Ai was now fully transformed into a zombie. A horrifying massacre was about to begin, and the zombie virus quickly spread throughout the building. Those bitten by Hwang Ai have turned into zombies. Madam, on who was collecting rent in the building, sees the scene and orders his security guards to stop it. But in the face of so many bloodthirsty and brutal zombies, the security guards were pressed to the ground by the zombies as soon as they entered, seeing that the situation has gone out of control. Maidman directly called the security guards downstairs to close all the doors. With his walkie-talkie, Maidman wants to seal off what's happening in the building. As soon as the security guard locked the doors downstairs, a horde of zombies appeared behind him, and before he could call out for help, the zombies had already pounced on him on the ground. On the other side, Madaman and the others are being chased by the zombies. As they pass by a short video office, they decide to hide inside. Eun-ji was the owner of this office. As soon as came in, Madamon saw One Eye on the screen. Madamon, terrified, and told everyone that this person was the one going on a rampage, biting people in the mall. While everyone was still trying to make sense of the situation, Eun-ji, on the other hand, was unusually excited. This was the perfect opportunity for him to capture unique footage. Eun-ji thinks that if he can film all the biting-as monsters in the mall, it will be a sensation. Boonji LED everyone. As they rushed out, unaware that the security guard who came in with Madman had already been bitten by a zombie, the group carefully made their way through the stairwell to the floor infested with zombies. Outside, there are biting zombies everywhere. Seeing this, the group was utterly shocked. Eun-ji took out his phone ready to film, but suddenly a zombie appeared right in front of him, attracted more zombies, and they started closing in on them. Luckily, Hyun-soo kicked the zombie in front of him and closed the door just in time for the crowd to escape. They hurriedly ran upstairs. Min-jan wanted to use her phone to call for help, but Eun-ji was only concerned about capturing footage for his video. As they argued, the zombie Wani appeared before them. Hyun-sok rushed forward without thinking. Although Hyun-suk had some martial arts training, his regular attacks were ineffective against the now zombie One Eye. Soon Hyun-sok was thrown aside by One Eye. Then Hwang Ai lunged to Dun-chi and the others to save his own life. Eun-chi pushed one of his employees towards the zombie Hwang Ai, sacrificing him to buy time for the rest to escape. They quickly ran back to the office. Sly and-ji continued to film through the glass window. Min-jan tried to call for help with her phone, but Madaman knocked it to the ground. Maidman didn't want the incident to be known to preserve the building's reputation, while Madam, uncomplained Hyun-suk and the others suddenly looked horrified. Thank you. Hyun-sok rushes up and fights with the zombie. But the zombie was like a dance master, with all sorts of difficult moves, while Hyun-suk was fighting with the zombie. The zombie Wanna came again, fearful. Eun-ji used Min-jan as a shield. Oh my god, the building was now filled with zombies searching every corner for prey. Hyun-suk led Min-jan into a warehouse to hide, realizing they couldn't stay hidden forever. They needed a way to escape. Hyun-suk looked around and found a radio on a shelf, and he came up with a way to get out. Hyun-suk first hung the radio in mid-air with a rope and then played a song. All the zombies were attracted to it, and even the dead zombies got up from the ground. While most of the zombies are captivated by the music, Hyun-suk pulls Min-jong and runs towards the office. But they don't get very far before they encounter a zombie. Hyeon-suk quickly got into a fight with the zombies. Ninjong was about to help with a baseball bat when In-ji, who had turned into a zombie, appeared behind her. Hoon-ji keeps touching Min-jon's arm. At that moment, Min-jon suddenly remembers the fighting technique that Hyun-suk taught her, pushed me out after finishing off Unji Ninja, and helped Hyun-suk to kill the zombie that was holding him down. They then made their way to the office, but just as they were about to call for help, they realized there was no signal on their phones. And even the landline didn't work, knowing that waiting for rescue was no longer an option. Hyun-suk decided they had to find a way to escape on their own. Now that the mall is full of bloodthirsty and brutal zombies, they can only fight while looking for an exit form. They finally managed to get rid of the zombies behind them with their coordination and flexible positioning high. And Suk initially planned to go to the basement through the stairwell to find an exit. But they heard zombies approaching, so they returned to the ground floor's main hall. As they came out, the zombies outside noticed them to protect Minjong. Hyun-suk locked her inside a car while he attempted to distract the zombies with a baseball bat. However, as more zombies gathered, the car was surrounded in a moment of panic. Min-jon accidentally turned on the car's music, attracting all the zombies in the mall towards them. Hyun-suk, who was fighting outside, was also crushed by the zombies just as high, and Suk is about to be eaten by the zombies. Min-jon comes out of the car with a fire extinguisher. When the zombies smelled the fire extinguisher, they ran away like mice to cats. Hyun-suk was saved from the zombies by Min-jong Hyun-suk, and Min-jon then made their way to the underground parking lot. To their surprise, they encountered zombie Wana again. Although the zombie Wang-ai has a strong body, it is never as flexible as a living person, successfully coordinated their efforts to push Wang-ai to the ground. Hyun-suk stepped forward, lifting his baseball bat and delivering a fierce blow to the zombie Wang-ai, finally killing him. However, before they could catch their breath, the now zombie Madamon suddenly crawled out from a corner in an attempt to save Min-jong. Hyun-suk was accidentally bitten by the zombie maidman in anger. Min-jon quickly dispatched the zombie Madamon with the baseball bat. Hyun-suk, who was bitten, knew that he didn't have much time left and immediately said what he had buried in his heart, music. After saying their final goodbyes, Hyun-suk urged Min-jong to leave quickly from there. But just as Hyun-suk and Min-jong took a couple of steps, they froze in place as a set of false teeth fell out from Hyun-suk's pant leg. It turns out that Hyun-suk was not bitten by Madamon, and even the socks on Hyun-suk's feet did not have holes in them. The situation became quite awkward in the end. Hyun-suk managed to lead Min-jon to escape from the building. However, little did they know that not long after they left, Hwa-nai, lying on the ground, suddenly sat up.